him manipulating people for money.
Most annoying stupid human beings on the planet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, PaulTooReal. What exactly makes PaulTooReal hated? And does he deserve that hate? PaulTooReal is a content creator on TikTok who has millions of followers, tons and tons of fans, and overall a huge influence. But underneath it all, there's a bit of a darker side. He has a serious amount of controversies. A lot of them are very, very disturbing. So in this video, we'll be going over all of them. I'll be giving my opinion with the evidence presented. So I know some of you watching are like, who the heck is this dude? If you don't have TikTok, you likely haven't heard of him. Let me just say, I don't exactly love this dude. I don't hate him, obviously, but I don't exactly love him. He's the kind of TikToker that spams little short skits or little captions that are kind of like catchy, like Twitter, something that would go viral on Twitter, basically. And one of the first impressions I got of him was when I was blessed to get recommended this video. A relationship without Jesus is just lust. And no, before you say and spam my comments, it's not satire. He'll put the satire hashtag anytime he makes something satirical. This is not satire. So if two Muslims love each other, it's lust. If two friends love each, like what? Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what he does. He spams these captions, and he's been getting into a lot of controversies recently. But here's a quick 15-second announcement. You can help a family quickly, and instead of a sponsorship, that's what I'm going to quick talk about. There's an injured Palestinian with 2 daughters, and the link is in the description if you have extra donations or want to spread it to friends or family. With that, let's continue with the video. But let's look at a few more before we get into the controversy. How life sounds when I'm around that blonde that matches my energy. Okay guys, as someone who is blonde, I think I'm gonna dye my hair. I think I'll just shave my head. Okay, so Paul has been in, as I said before, a lot of controversy. So let's get into the first one, and starting off with a real banger, stealing content. I found a short that talked about how they exposed him, and yes, he directly stole someone's ice cream clip, put it over to make it seem like he recorded it. I'll show it in a second, but he commented, seems like someone's jealous, and then eventually deleted the comment because he got so much backlash for it, which is insane to me. Like, you got caught stealing content and now they're jealous for saying you deserve to be criticized for it. Here's the clip that he directly stole. As you can see, he's directly stealing the clip they made, making it look like it's his, and of course giving no credit. And usually he just steals captions. Here's an example of him stealing captions.
Wait a minute. Bippity, boppity, boo.
And bibbity, bobbity, boo. He reminds me a lot of Kiki Kim and Only JS because both of them have stolen so much. Their career is basically built off of just stealing other people's TikToks. But at least Kiki Kim hasn't gone out of her way to cry and whine about how she herself has had her stuff stolen. Paul and Only JS, on the other hand, have both made comments about how they hate when their content is stolen word for word by a bigger creator. It literally couldn't get any more hypocritical.
First of all, he made a video saying, "Me when a big creator steals my video idea and doesn't tag me." And then he commented, "Kirky mad." He copied word for word. It is my top pin video and he got like 2 times more likes.
Like, you know what you're doing. Like, he knows exactly what he's doing. When you steal a video, you know you're stealing it, especially when you steal their direct clips. And he's gotten DMs before people have said that they've called him out for stealing their stuff, but he ignores them, tries to push it under the rug. I watched the Dennis D video, and he even pointed that out, that he pushes it under the rug. So he's just kind of ignoring the fact that he's the one stealing content. And it's just funny how he is so quick to call other people out, but so quiet when it comes to himself. And this next one just makes me personally really annoyed. He apparently collabed with Rockelle once, and he got called out for it, apparently, because I guess a lot of people don't like her. They call her a BOP, which I don't even know how picky YouTube is with that word. I mean, look it up. It's not exactly the nicest word to call someone, and he decided to comment this about the situation, basically distancing himself from her. Guys, I wasn't aware she was a BOP when I met up with her. Embryeth, Brianna, and I were honored to collab with someone with such a high amount of followers. Plus, I used to watch her old YouTube videos. It was a really cool experience for me. I'm sorry, next time I will look more into who I associate myself with. First of all, everyone knows this. It's well known. Rockelle is a minor. Calling Rockelle a BOP is kind of weird and disgusting. I mean, we all, once again, should know what he knows what that word means. Let's not, lie here. That's not something you should be calling someone who is under 18 ever. And there's two very funny things that I would like to add. One, that he's a hypocrite. We'll get into that in a second, once again. And secondly, he admits that he only collabed with her because she has a high amount of followers. Someone who makes all their content with hashtag love Jesus or whatever, going around calling someone who's under 18 a BOP and saying you only collabed with her because she has a high amount of followers isn't exactly the most respectable thing. Now, onto why it's hypocritical. Onto the third controversy he's been in. A lot of people find him creepy, and this is their opinion. And it's alleged, blah, 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 blah. But the reason why is because he's always talking about a different girl, or he'll comment like a million things under a girl's post. I literally got recommended this video like a week ago, so I saved it because I was like, oh, this might be good for a video. Here is someone saying my biggest flex ever, and it's a bunch of comments from PaulTooReal, and he does this to a lot of girls. He'll spam and spam and spam comments. Hi, love your dress. How are you doing? These come from Dennis K, credit to him. Oh, period, two gorgeous women. I like your makeup. Well, I'm here if you want to try with someone. Who are these 28,000 people liking these comments, bro? And I already know what some of you are going to say. It's his fans. They like this. And yes, I agree. The first one, she seemed to like it. So I guess if it's an adult and they are a fan of him, maybe this is, I don't really care, honestly. And they don't seem to be too inappropriate. But the problem is he has been seen to make some people uncomfortable with these comments. But I want to say firstly that I personally don't think he's a creep because, once again, there wasn't anything too creepy. I think there's a possibility he's just trying to be friendly because I don't want to throw out the term creep because that is a very, very damaging term there's not really enough evidence to throw around that term, let's just say.
This comment says, remember when he would comment on every single one of Emery's TikToks, even a TikTok of her and her prom date? He would be live with Emery and her friends, and he got asked to put his LED lights to red or blue if he liked Emery, and so he did. Emery looked visibly uncomfortable and tried to avoid the question, and now he tries to be friends and hang out with her.
She looks very uncomfortable in the videos I were able to find. They're kind of low quality, but overall he has been seen to make people kind of uncomfortable, which I don't really blame people for being uncomfortable in these situations. And who knows how comfortable girls are when he comments this stuff. Some seem to be. But once again, I'm not saying he is a creep. That's a little far. I would just say that he sometimes may be too comfortable because he has a lot of people that support him. So maybe he thinks that, hey, I can just be friendly to everyone. You know, maybe it's him trying to be friendly. I'm not going to throw out the creep term. Let's just not go that far yet. But this only adds to the fact that he's an absolute hypocrite because he'll date 15 girls and comment on all these girls' posts and then call Piper a BOP. You do know that you're doing the same thing, right? But you're a male. And he also will post stuff all the time bragging about how all these girls like him and how he likes all these type of girls. And it's just at the end of the day, why are you calling a under 18 person a BOP when you clearly are the same thing? Yeah, I was trying to snap all my HUDs at the same time. Imagine if a girl posted this. Imagine if Piper snapped, yeah, I was trying to snap all my boys at the same time. She would get the most vile and disgusting comments. It's just the double standard is insane to me because, he always is talking about all the girls and stuff. And I mean, do whatever you want, but you can't criticize someone and me because I will be getting that 4th of July kiss this year. Why does that kind of sound threatening? Am I the only one that me preparing myself to see everybody get their 4th of July kiss on Instagram? Paul, I'm warning you, there's this little known TikTok violation rule that you can get your account taken down, but you're pretty close to breaking it. So I went around the world and I searched and I eventually found 10 trillion aliens and I asked everyone. And unfortunately, that rule is someone has to ask and not one person in this entire galaxy asked about your 4th of July kiss. So please stop posting about it. We don't care. And it's just so ironic. Someone who calls Piper Rockelle BOP and preaches about Christianity and stuff and acts like they aren't after lust, but anyone who has a different religion or somehow isn't a Christian only sees lust. And once again, that's not satire. Dude, 99% of your content is about some girl, and your content is the definition of lust. It's all about hanging out with so many different girls, the huzz, getting snaps from many different girls. Have you ever read the Bible in your entire life? So do I think Paul is a creep? No, I would definitely not go that far. I think he's just probably too comfortable because he has a platform and a lot of followers that strongly support him. If I were him, I would be a bit more careful because, once again, there's a lot of people watching you and you just gotta be careful and not make bad decisions. But he definitely is what he calls Piper Rockelle, put it quite plainly, and he's a hypocrite in many different ways. Now let's move on to the next controversy. Yes, there's another one. He basically scams his audience. Scams is alleged for the 100th time, so I don't get lawsuits thrown at me. But he's made videos where he basically begs for money and then gets tons and tons of donations because you know how YouTube Shorts works.
And he mentioned the fact that he got socks for Christmas because things and times were difficult. And this led to like tens, maybe hundreds of people donating to him in the comments.
And then if you scroll back a few different videos he's made, you can easily find him driving around in his Tesla. Tesla. And he shows off expensive computers he's bought, all this expensive stuff. He's pretty, it's pretty easy to find the cracks. And he's always talking about his fame too, and how people make edits of him and TikToks of him. Like, I just don't understand how people fell for this. Like, I do feel kind of bad because they may be children. Like, that could be the possibility. But I do feel kind of bad because, like, this is legitimately manipulating. You don't drive around in a Tesla and then say you haven't gotten anything because times are tough. I know how much you make. You go viral on all the platforms. You post every day. You are making tons of money. And another thing that annoys me is he loves to make comments about what girls wear and dress. Like, I recently saw a TikTok and he was like, blend in your lip liner, ladies. And I've seen so many other ones comment on lipstick and stuff, and it's like, dude, why are you commenting on how girls look? It's none of your business, and they can do whatever the heck they want. You can't control that. And he himself has made videos talking about how he's been bullied for his looks. So you of all people should know that it's none of your business how someone else looks, and that shouldn't mean anything to you. Like, girls have feelings too. I know it seems impossible sometimes because you have so much huzz texting you, but girls have feelings too, and when you comment on things, even if it seems like it's stupid, their lip gloss and stuff, that can genuinely make someone very insecure. And don't get me wrong, he posts positive stuff a lot, blonde hair, dyed hair. He has posted so many long talking videos where he goes through the harassment and bullying he's faced for the way he looks, and I could easily find videos hating on his looks. And do I agree with them? No, you shouldn't go off of someone's face. Like, there's more to someone than their face, that cliche, whatever. I don't really care how he looks, that shouldn't dictate anything. You know, you can be an ugly person, or, like, who cares? First of all, beauty is subjective, and, like, let's not even get into this cliche discussion, but you get what I mean. But why is he always contradicting himself with literally everything? Here's someone, please give up, bro. What did I do to deserve the hate? Another hard watch. So yes, he definitely does have a lot of haters, as the title of the video, you already know that, but some of them are for valid criticism, like some of the people that dislike him is because of valid reasons, and others is because of his looks, and obviously, looks don't mean anything, let's be honest. But it annoys me that he's so serious about himself facing this, but then he proceeds to make 15 videos about how girls should dress and how their lip liner should look. And all the comments usually under that are, can we just live and stuff, like no one agrees with him. So I think maybe he realizes that if he makes it a little controversial, he can get more clicks, not even clicks, he can get more attention because those videos do decently well. So that may be why, maybe he doesn't even think that, but still it's just contradicting himself in the end, and that's why I'm discussing it. I think Paul is yet another example of when the internet gives someone decently young too much confidence, because he's got a lot of girls that are like, we love you, Paul. We love you. He'll post some video that'll be like, I'm in love with you, and then show his tablet quickly and turn it around, and all the comments will be guessing someone, and it's like, don't you people get a job, okay? Like, what's the point of this? What's the point of knowing who some random TikToker likes for 10 days? Like, literally, who cares? But he is overly confident a lot of the time with all of his posts, and it just annoys me. Like, the way he talks about girls and stuff, it's just like, dude, where did all this confidence come from? Can you be a little bit more humble when you talk about girls this way and when you call people things and overall with your platform? Because you aren't a superstar. Let's show a TikTok that really proves my point. Okay, update. I literally can't find it because he spam posts every 10 minutes, like 50 videos. So, but just, you gotta take my word for it. I know what I saw. This is what he said, basically. When my school photographer is gonna post the photos he took of me online or whatever. And it's like, dude, you're not a celebrity, okay? Oh my gosh. It annoys me when these influencers have like this celebrity mindset, because it's two different things. People watch you on the internet because you give them something they want. You talk about a topic they want, you post something funny. They don't watch it because of you. Maybe eventually your audience does. Now they're beginning to watch it more for him, but it still doesn't make him a celebrity. And it just annoys me. And it's safe to say this one isn't really a controversy. It's more of just my petty opinion. But yeah, I see this a lot of times. And it's just like, it's like that one girl that will like have a viral video on TikTok and they'll be like, guys, stop messaging me, or she'll be like, guys, or basically just someone who goes briefly viral or something and all of a sudden has this huge inflated ego. Maybe I'm wrong, because once again, this is just my opinion. I obviously don't know the dude, but like, it's just my opinion, and it's like, it just comes off as he's kind of, because he's always also posting once again about how she says we aren't in love, but someone wrote our initials in an edit, and it's like, dude, oh my gosh, give me a break. That one was kind of petty, I'll admit it. Most of these are genuine controversies. That was my opinion. I know some of you guys are going to think that I don't hate the dude. There's very few people on the internet I actually hate. I dislike the content that he puts out because it's just blank. Like, it's the easiest content, but he just steals it. It's like, how hard is it to come up with it yourself? Like, is that hard? So do I think he has potential? Obviously. Like, most people on the internet have lots of potential. I don't know. I just don't like a lot of the videos he has, a lot of the takes he has. It just kind of annoys me in a lot of different ways. It just hits me in the wrong way. I don't know if that's an actual saying, but it hits me in the wrong way. It hits my brain in the wrong way. When fine shite ends it right before summer. Yeah, but Piper's the B.O.P.
Okay, and then no one really cares about shirts that much because I'm going to wear hoodies over them anyways, but this one's Los Angeles. This random black one, it says Becker skateboarding on it. This white Sublime shirt, I actually really like this one. I thrifted this. I don't really like the Green Bay Packers, but
I'll admit it, when I was researching this video, scrolling through some, once in a while I kind of laugh at some of the captions. I don't know if they're actually his. Some of them are like, oh, I think I saw that one before. But some of them, I do admit, he can, if he is original, he can be funny at some times, and I'll give him that. Once again, don't think he's a horrible person. I think he doesn't seem like one, and I wouldn't even, once again, go as far to say he's a creep. I would just say that he definitely has a lot of controversies he needs to work over, and obviously I was joking about my blonde hair changing and stuff, obviously, because I thought it was funny, but genuinely, I don't think he's like that bad of a person. I think that, once again, people going after his looks, that is very, very weird and kind of, like, show your face if you're gonna go after people's looks is all I'm gonna say. So I am against people that are just hating on him for stupid reasons like his looks and dumb stuff like that, or just straight out calling him things that like there's not enough proof for. They're very strong terms that they should not be calling him. I'm not even gonna show those ones, because if you think this video is hating, which it's criticizing, if you think this video is hating, then you should look on TikTok, because if I showed half of those on here, let's just say this video would go by pretty quickly. So am I against the people calling him things that can literally ruin a reputation with no evidence? Yes, obviously. And I'm against the people that make fun of his looks and stuff. But the people that criticize him, no. And the way that he commented the whole cocky, someone's jealous when someone called him out for stealing content, makes no sense, and it just annoys me. He definitely does have a lot of problems he needs to fix, so I just hope he betters himself in the future. I mean, what was he even trying to achieve by commenting that? What do you mean, like, you're jealous of me stealing content and getting away with it? It just makes zero sense to me. It's just like, I get that he's young, and maybe that could be used as an excuse partly, which he's basically, I'm pretty sure he's in college, so that's not even really an excuse, to be honest, but I could see someone bringing that up. And yes, or creators that start out, and he started out when he was very, very young, he definitely has a lot of room to grow. I just hope he betters himself, because I don't think he's like the worst person on earth. I think he has potential, but I think he does, once again, have a ton of controversies that he needs to get into, and there's definitely a lot more. I could make another video on it. I don't think I will, honestly. I think I'm just going to stick to one. It depends how good this video does, if it's even worth, if there's enough people that even want to hear about the next controversy, but there's definitely more stuff to get into, but it needs really a deep dive, so it would need a lot more time rather than just like the last 10 minutes of this video. It's not enough to cover it. So if this video does decently well, which I don't think it will, because there's just not enough videos out on this dude to see how well this will perform. I don't know how many people actually know who this even is, but if it does perform well, maybe I'll make a second one. Here are some comments under his "if you're not Christian, you're a lusting person" thing. How does that even make sense? Not everyone believes in Jesus or God. So people have to be religious or believe in Jesus to be in love. I will not be adding this to controversy because this isn't really his fault. And I feel like this gets thrown around as someone's fault. Like when I talked about Melanie Martinez fandom, that's not really her fault that they're so toxic. A lot of the time, some people like Taylor Swift and stuff too have really toxic fandoms. I wouldn't say that's a controversy of the person whose fandom it is, because, you know, it's not their fault. They can't really control how people act. But he genuinely, once again, not his fault at all. He genuinely has a lot of Glazers that will like attack anyone who criticizes him. There's been people that have had to private videos calling him out because they've been attacked in DMs, and a lot of people have been attacked for calling him out, and here I am yet again calling out a creator and probably gonna get attacked for it. But considering how the Melanie fandom sent me a DM in detail about how they were gonna molest me to death, I think I can survive this one. It's no secret that his fans are kids, and a lot of the time when there's fandoms that have fans that are between 12 to 16, those are a rough group because they think that their life revolves around this person that they're becoming a fan of or they are a fan of, and they were willing to do the weirdest, most drastic things to anyone who criticizes them. They are old enough to be mature, and it's just really annoying because, yes, once again, his Glazers just, they attack literally anyone who criticizes him, and once again, I don't understand why, of all people, especially a TikToker, you're glazing so much. It just doesn't really make sense, but yes, he is aware of it. He's talked about how 12-year-olds make edits of him and stuff, so I'm pretty sure he knows their age. Usually when people make content, their fans are around their age, but sometimes it can be a lot younger, and there are a lot of 12-year-old girls, and I guess boys probably too, that are fans of him, and yes, they send not so nice DMs to people who criticize them, and yes, they're willing to defend him to the death, and oh man, they make so many edits and like posts about how much they like him. I keep on getting recommended them on TikTok, like there's all these posts like, he's so fine, he's so cute. It's like, I mean, okay, you can crush on a random TikToker. You wouldn't be the first, I guess. It's probably one of those examples where there aren't a ton, but the ones that are his fans are very, very loyal because, yes, once again, I don't even know how you find these things, but when you get recommended them, they go a full way. They will be like, it's the best moment of my life when he commented or liked my thing. He's the most attractive dude ever. I'm in love with him. And it's just like, I guess it's not really hurting anyone. You do you, I guess. You make your decisions. And of course, beauty is subjective. Like, I don't care if you find him attractive or if you find him ugly. If you find him ugly, there's no need to make a whole video about it. Who cares? Beauty will always be subjective. Someone will see you as the most attractive person. Another person will see you as a hideous monster that doesn't deserve to live. So overall, beauty is just very subjective, so who really cares if they find him attractive or not? I mean, you do you. It just seems kind of funny that people are huge, like, stans of random TikTokers on the internet. Like, of all the people that have a crush on, not a movie character, not, like, a famous singer, but, like, a TikToker? I mean, you do you. So yeah, once again, not his fault how his fans are. You can't really control that. And to say, people have come at me for some reason and, like, said that, like, people that make comments, they'll, like, be like, one thing I don't like about Coco Crazy is her comments. They'll glaze her for no reason. And it's like, okay, that's, I guess, add that to my controversies, I guess. So I don't, like, this isn't his fault at all, the way that his fans act. I thought that'd be something funny to bring up at the end, that they make all these edits and stuff. And warning, if you ever search up PaulTooReal, you'll probably get a bunch of these edits. And yeah, that's pretty cool. At this young of an age to achieve such a loyal following, making all this stuff that he's talked about often. I mean, I gotta give some respect to that. That gotta give credit where credit is due. That is something that is pretty respectable, to have all these loyal followers, these people like genuinely loyal, because most TikTokers that post this type of stuff just have like 10 views and like 2 likes. They spam this stuff. He spams this stuff and he gets good views for it. So he has a very loyal following. So, I mean, that is very, very hard to achieve on the internet. Only a few people can do it. So honestly, that is something to admire. So yes, on the first positive note, it is pretty cool that he's achieved a loyal following. Even if some would consider them cringe at times, they're still very loyal, and that is something hard to do. And back onto the creep allegations, I do believe that on YouTube, because, you know, commentary is clickbaity a lot. I myself has made clickbaity content. Most channels do it at some point. I believe that creep is a word that's thrown around a little bit too much. I try to only put it in titles. I think I've only put it in 2 ever, and I try to only put it in the title when there's lots of evidence that they actually are one, because it's a very, very, very damaging term. Like, it will ruin your reputation to throw that word around. So there really just isn't enough evidence, and I'm not saying he for sure isn't, but from my perspective, he may just be like using this kind of as a way to brag that a lot of girls want him, but he hasn't really said anything sexual, so I wouldn't really say that that's the right word to call him. I think that's a little extreme. Do I think it's a little weird that he's typing this in public comment sections? Yes, it's a little weird, and the girls seem to like, a lot of them, I'm sure some aren't comfortable, but I've seen a lot of posts where they're like, this is my favorite thing ever. So I guess if he's just saying hi in the comments and the girls are like super hyped about it, it can't be the worst thing, as long as there's nothing inappropriate involved, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he has like a large amount of fangirls that will post literally his comments, like the one I showed earlier of them being like, this is the best day of my life. So I mean, I guess if it made their day and they're not like a kid, they're an adult or whatever, I guess that's fine. And it's definitely not one of his worst. I mean, there's lots of reasons why people shouldn't like him. Like, there's lots of valid reasons. But this one specifically, there's a reason I didn't put creep in my title, because I don't think he is from the evidence. I think he is a little weird, but I don't think he's that. I wouldn't call him that, because once again, that's a very defamatory statement to make, and you just need a lot of evidence to prove it before you say something like that. If I were him, honestly, I would never do that, because you don't want to draw that type of attention. And I don't blame people that do think he is a bit weird for this, because yes, once again, and it could go wrong. You could accidentally type it in a, like, someone who is a bit young's comment section. Like, there's so many ways that this could go wrong, just typing hi and how you're doing. It's just, it's not a very smart thing to do, especially when you're this. You just gotta remember, your face is on the internet, people know who you are, and your reputation is at stake, so just be a little, if I were him, I'd be a little bit more careful, and I definitely wouldn't be commenting this stuff. I will take this video in a little bit more positive way for a second. I do respect people that are able to put this little effort in their and this sounds so backhanded, but I swear it's not. I do respect people that are able to put little effort into their content and be this successful, because he's very successful for literally sitting in his room and having some random caption, and he posts like 10 times a day. But seriously, we already went over how he stole content though, so that's not exactly the best. So I guess it doesn't really count, this compliment, because if you steal content or like reaction content, any of that unoriginal, lazy content obviously doesn't count. It has to be original, lazy content that is kind of cool to look. Because, you know, I admit it, I feel like jealousy when I see some TikToker blowing up for doing something simple, and it's like, man, oh man, I spent so much on my videos and then they flop, and you're telling me you get 1 million views in what, like 10 hours? It just, and obviously everyone has different advantages. Everyone's more successful than others. So I do respect that. I just wish his content was original and he wasn't kind of a hypocrite. Though after researching this video, I'm definitely gonna block this account, mainly because it's just, I don't like these type of videos to watch. I do respect going viral with this little effort, but I don't like watching his glazers that glaze him, and I definitely don't like watching his content. It's just not my thing at all. So I will finally have peace, hopefully, and will stop getting recommended these videos. And that video, once again, that he like is mad that people steal his videos apparently, is so funny to me, because he's like, a large creator steals my video. Dude, you're a large creator. Stop acting like you're this tiny creator. You steal from small creators. You cannot be talking. And the most annoying thing is he's like one of the hundreds of creators to do this, probably even thousands. Big creators all the time can just easily steal content and get away with it, and it genuinely affects the performance of other videos. When someone directly copies your video, like, it's gonna negatively affect that person's view count. And he's always trying to advertise how like he likes this girl and then this girl, and he'll like give hints and stuff, and I just another reason why I'm gonna block him after this, I just find that so annoying and cringe. It's like every other day he's advertising some other girl that he's dating, and it's like, or that he likes or whatever, and it's his fan base has got to be all like little girls, because they're all like spamming, who is it? Is it Ashley? Is it Kate? It's like, who cares, dude? Who cares? In 5 years, no one's gonna even know who this dude is. Why are you so invested in some random TikToker who spams stupid little captions all day? One form of criticism, I wouldn't even say criticism, I'll admit it, it's hate, that I don't agree with, is a lot of people are complaining why so many people like him, because he's so ugly and stuff. I've seen that so many times. That's one of the biggest reasons why he is hated, and I disagree. I think that as a creator, looks shouldn't matter. You can just make the content you want. If people like you, maybe they like you for your content or something. And I mean, I don't care if a girl has a crush on him. Like, I don't care. I feel like looks, do I think if he was a female creator doing the same and was considered ugly by society, would she be hated a lot more? Yes, I do think she would get a lot more hate, but that's in general just misogyny. But no, I don't think that his looks should play a part, whether I'm not going to share if I find him attractive or not. Like, I'm not going to share, but I do think that looks shouldn't matter. Like, that shouldn't be a valid reason to hate someone, because one, they can't control it. Two, it's very subjective, and three, like, it's not something he chose. It's not something he did. I'm just so sick of like media and people in general on Twitter and stuff hating like Bella Ramsey and stuff. All these people on Twitter getting tons of hate for their looks, and it's like, sometimes at the end of the day, who cares if they aren't attractive to you? Who cares? That doesn't have to do with their acting. If there's an apocalypse, people are going to survive that aren't model attractive. Like, at the end of the day, content is content. If you enjoy his content and you like him because of that, or if you find him attractive, who cares? That shouldn't be like this big debate. Women and men, both of them, who cares if you're ugly or not, or if you're considered ugly? At the end of the day, it's the content. And the ones making comments about looks about like famous actresses and stuff are always the faceless accounts. Like they'll say the most nasty stuff and it's like, okay, what do you look like, buddy? And do I think you can criticize people without showing your face? Of course, because you deserve privacy. But when you start to like whine about their face online, it's like, okay, buddy, you better be a supermodel. And I'll be honest, one of the reasons I haven't shown my face is because I'm always afraid. I'm sure that the internet literally, like Twitter, tweets will go viral saying that like the most gorgeous actors of all time are ugly and like will shame them and shame their bodies. So I know that someone could find something to say about me. It doesn't even matter if society would consider me pretty or not. They would find something and they'd probably be like, your nose, your ears or something. So that's another reason. And in general, like this is why people don't like to show their face online, because like all of a sudden people don't think you don't deserve anything if you're considered ugly to them. So that is a criticism of PaulTooReal that I think is just stupid. Who cares if you don't consider him attractive? That's not the only thing a human being is worth, their attractiveness. Like, come on. But PaulTooReal, yet again, is kind of a hypocrite because he's released videos where he comments on what girls should wear and what makes them ugly. Like he was saying, blend in your lip liner, like, and I'm sure it was partly to rage bait because all the comments were against him, but like seriously, it's not your business. Girls can do whatever they want. And he obviously has been open about the bullying he's received for his looks. So it's like, why are you so comfortable telling girls what to look like? So that is something that annoys me because, yes, of course, there's no excuse to make fun of his looks, but at the same time, he's kind of doing the same thing. And I can smell the fangirls from a mile away. Oh, well, you're probably hypocritical too. Everyone is a little bit, sure, but like, he's been so open about the bullying and stuff towards him, and then he proceeds to make the same thing. Like, you know, that girls have insecurities too. And the same with the copying content. Like, it happens then again. It's gotta be rage bait, or he just, like, he doesn't care. I don't know for sure. Yeah, PaulTooReal is just interesting because, yeah, I would never say I hate the dude, but a lot of people on TikTok strongly do, except for like the group that supports him. I get recommended hate videos or hate TikToks, whatever they're called, on him all the time. And I always kind of wondered why. Because it's got to be more than looks. Like, there's no way he's just receiving this much hate for his looks. And yes, there's a lot of different stuff. So there's a lot of valid reasons to not like him or to dislike him. But you kind of have to choose which ones you agree with, because I'm sure you're not going to agree with all the points in this video because there were a lot. And I don't even agree with all of them, obviously, but there is a lot of valid criticism. So do I think he's a terrible person that needs to be deplatformed? I wouldn't say that. But I don't fully trust his presence on the platform, if that makes sense. I think he deserves a lot of criticism. There's a lot of scummy things he's done as we've gone over in this video, so yeah, there's a lot of every creator on the platform. When you put yourself online, you get criticized. It's inevitable. Like, if you become a large or decently large creator, criticism is inevitable, and how you react to that really shows your true side, because you can pretend to like not mind it or to accept it, but at the end of the day, a lot of TikTokers and YouTubers are cocky and stuck up. So I guess maybe one day PaulTooReal will take some of the criticism into consideration, and yeah, let's just hope he becomes a better person one day. I wish there's a way to block his name and like captions so I can get recommended, because for some reason I keep on getting recommended girls that are huge fans of him talking about how much they like him. It just kind of annoys me. Like, I don't know why it annoys me, but yeah. So hopefully if I block him, that will happen, because yeah, I'll never be able to see if he has a positive change, because yeah, I'm blocking him after this. It's annoying to me because literally anyone can get popular on TikTok, and this isn't saying PaulTooReal doesn't deserve the fame or whatever. Don't take it that way. But I'm just saying people at a very young age and stuff can just make random videos with captions and stuff, and they can do whatever they want and become famous. And with that much fame in your hands at such a young age, you're bound to make some mistakes, and you can do stuff that can make you hated by tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people at such a young age. Even in college is a young age. So overall, just TikTok, is it good? Is it bad? We'll never really truly know. But this is one of the downsides that we see, is it gives people fame so easily, and there's different ways that they can manipulate that fame. But yeah, the two of you that commented for me to make this video better walk the talk and actually watch this video, because I have a feeling it's gonna flop, because I mean, I didn't even know who this dude was like until a week ago, and that was sadly because some girl made a video about him commenting, and then I sadly discovered this and decided to make a video, because I've seen, after that I got recommended a lot of hate videos on him. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to recommend something if you made it this far. Also, if you made it this far, you have a really, really good attention span. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.